So just a few moments. I'm just gonna share some things that have been coming through my news channel. And they know that I am very attracted to science and, and the stars, and that's basically what they feed me. And I'm very grateful for that. And so I do have a little hobby of capturing these photos and the ideas and thinking about them and just applying them to everyday reality. So a lot of science is coming through that just really speaking to what we've been experiencing in our connections with each other from near and far. And meaning some of you are way on the other side of the continent, and occasionally people are in other countries. And so we always appreciate everybody's participation and activations. So this idea of entanglement is really quite fascinating as a concept and theory to physicists at this point. Physicists to me are kind of the spiritual part of science, even though they wouldn't put themselves there by and large. But this idea of entanglement means we are all really deeply, deeply connected through the what is of the universe. And that's what allows us to do these meditations over this and looking at this really strange thing called a computer and going, wow, you all are hearing me and we're doing something together. But when we close our eyes, we've trained ourselves to kind of drop in and connect. So today, while we meditate, if your eyes happen to open for any reason, I've assembled some really cool renderings. Some of them are more, an artist's interpretation of what they're seeing, but this idea of connection, entanglement, and co-creation. And really, let's face it, you are co-creating your day with the universe every day. I mean, I pick up this glass. The glass just moved. I co-created that glass moving. And so when we start realizing this, our actions really are a participant. And I'm gonna just give you this kind of rundown of some things. Let me see if I can get this to shift. So here we are in this world. Are we going to observe the world as a reactor or as a creator? Observing the world creates the world. And this is Schrodinger's cat. And you can look that up. And it's, if you don't see the cat, is the cat there? Very interesting. Is the cat dead or alive? You don't know till you observe it. If you're not seeing the world, is it there? On the quantum, there are many entangled layers. Which one do you choose? I like that question. Which one are you choosing? The one that spurts out ego involvement of being reactive and judgmental and fear-based and demoralized, etc. One that's neutral, just kind of observing with little or no reaction. One that is co-creative through thought, word, and action. This is very important. Thought, word, and action. Thought being primary. Because we can rumble around in so many of our thoughts that are creating kind of physiological states. I just talked to someone today and they have something I think that's a very simple thing to fix, and their thoughts were creating it way, 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 way out there into, being a devastating kind of thing. And then here's where we're going a step further. Are you going to observe this world with love, or step harder, one that is imbued with love? Like if I look out and see that tree limb right there, kind of shaking its fingers at me, it's a juniper pine. It's just kind of undulating. Could I just stop and shift a little bit and see the love that is part of the entanglement, part of that vibration that holds all of that together? And we know there must be something to that because they've done all these experiments in by loving on something and not loving on something and watching how it changes even under the microscope. Are we going to observe the world as one that brings forth an upgrade to 5D? Now, this is where we're making this jump. And man, it's a huge jump, beautiful beings. When we're making such a beautiful jump, it is going to bring up all the contradictions. I mean, I'm literally getting a contradiction in every single layer of my life that I can think of, except for the healings coming through. Thank you very much. But so many other things. And I just go, oh gosh, another challenge. And am I going to stay on track or am I going to fall into reactivity? And then the last way, can we observe this world as one that is fully realized in the moment? You know, maybe we intend that for ourselves as a co-creator. We intend to be realized this time. And so we're going to join together in that process to do that. Because I think it works a little better to do that. That's why people gather to meditate and pray and commune, etc. Okay, so these are just thoughts that really relate to this world that is consistently assembling and we could really, really believe is so solid. There's such a heavy duty agreement that we've formulated around it. But you know what happens to people who have schizophrenia? They break their agreements and they see all kinds of things. And some of the things they see are there. We're just not seeing them. They're seeing it, they're not. They're also reorganizing through disorganization how they view the world. So there's now the physicists are saying the many worlds concept. Yeah, many worlds happening right now, and it has to do with the choice that we make to go this way or that way, and that choice remains even though we went that way. Okay, thank you for indulging me with these thoughts, and perhaps they'll kind of stir you to do a little bit of investigation. Physics is hard to read and it's hard to want to take in, but every once in a while you see one sentence and you're like, whoa, that's exactly what I know. And so I'm going to send you a little something like I got off the internet. Just if you choose to read it, great. If you don't, it's just current thoughts and pointing out just who, meaning Einstein and Bohr and Heinsberg and there's other one, Planck. These are the big thinkers in the last century, and it kind of points out the things that they came up with. But here we are, we're talking about the quantum, that we're connecting on the quantum. So I wanted to give us a little reality in it and not just have it be this kind of woo-woo thing that we think that we're making up, because no, it's very, very true and real and becoming realized in a variety of ways. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And anytime you feel inspired to open your eyes, we'll have some very interesting images being offered to you. And there's a beautiful red-tailed hawk just calling to us right outside the window here, saying, you tell him, sister, you tell him. Okay, I will. Messenger to spirit right there. Find the connecting element of your breath to your body and to your field. So breathe your way into your field this morning. And while you're at it, just love on yourself a bit, just through word or emoting. Make it a physiological and emotional action. And then if you'd be so kind as to tune into your intent this week ahead. Perhaps it's ease and grace. You might have specific intentions. And let's offer some moments of intending to our field here. And then come back to that heart space. See if you can co-create and guide this love down these lines of intention. And they're not going to be straight lines necessarily. They may sashay over to one side and then over to the other side and so on. So let that, give yourself some moments of some strong love here. And then shift that love through those intentions. And then intend some love for the unexpected, the unintended, and the surprise manifestations. It's taken. Offer some love down those lines all the way through. And you keep doing this. We're just going to keep. Oh, yes, that. Oh, right. Oh, I have to go do that. Okay. Excuse me. So now here's another little idea. Place a signpost, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday, or two on Friday. Little signposts that say, remember to be love. Just put them there on the quantum, knowing that time is very lucid in some ways and very fluid in others and very regimental in others. So just placing some of those little signposts on the way, like in a moment where you're likely to, no, you just relax back into love. Most likely in a conversation with someone or observing something or getting some news about something, just frustration, perhaps, no love. Be creative here. Okay. And then ask yourself, what's going to help you remember these moments? And sometimes when it feels the most difficult, I'm actually imagining a waveform. And that waveform is moving between the other waveforms of light that are presenting themselves. in between the lines, just easing some love there. I don't see it as a straight line, I see it as a wave. Soft heartbeat. And if I may make a sweet suggestion, sometime in the next week, go touch a plant, branch of a tree, the leaves of a plant, preferably growing, preferably outside, but preferably growing, and just hold it in your hand and see if you can see love between the lines. And I should say love between the waveforms. It's a little bit more accurate. Love between the coherent waveforms. And then especially look for moments, particularly when you're out and about, when you can be particularly kind to someone or something, particularly kind. Ask somebody their name who's helping you, be it on the phone or in a store. And be in that moment a waveform of love. It's just a quick, intentful thought. And, we can think, oh, we're doing this for other people. No, we're doing it because that's our training. That's how, if we do that with intent and goodwill, it beautifies our soul, it beautifies our field, our emotions, our smile, our eyes. How could I even be kinder this week than I was last week? Gracious. And in a moment where it feels a little tough, how can we be considerate? And so for the next few minutes now, we're just going to love on ourselves. We're going to fill up the tank. So we're not giving, giving, giving and feeling empty now. We're allowing the flow to come through us. And to fill our field, our vessel, our I am. And it's the pulse. Beautiful beings. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. filling up the tank. And then we open our crown chakra to the frequencies that are available to us from the higher planes, the Buddhic and Atmic. And we just open to receive an upgrade vibration that just comes in and filters in and just gives us that little uptick of awareness, self-love, co-creative intent for the good of all. And even as we do this, the field begins to sparkle. Kind of cleans it up and cleans it out. And then we can gently shift into 5D just for this few moments in time. We hold that field for each other. We bless each other. Good. Good job, everybody. I can see it and feel it. And then we just graciously extend it in all planes and all directions for those who are thirsty for that clarity. Love, love. Okay, so we come into our namaste. Bless yourself, bless each other. And I hope that you find some moments that sparkle in the week that unfolds, where you look and go, oh, there it is. There's the love coming through. There's a little bit of 5D sparkle. Oh, wow. So that's my prayer for you, that you have that. And if you get a good one and a juicy one, send me an email. Let me know. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful week.